Coming up on Jersey Sports Zone, James Farah is on the run again. The Point Pleasant Borough quarterback looks to lead the Panthers to a 9-0 mark in the regular season.
This is Alex Lorenzo in Irvington. The Blue Knights looking for a 5th straight win and a Freedom White divisional title to go along with it. Irvington would have to dethrone the defending champions from Wayne Hills to get it done. All the highlights coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
In Long Branch, I'm Jay Cook, where the playoff atmosphere is alive and well. A hungry Freehold Borough team fighting for their spot in the playoffs came to town, and the Long Branch Green Wave were looking to secure a top seed in the playoffs. But Freehold Borough was just too much to handle. Highlights from the Colonials and the Green Wave coming up next on JerseySportsZone.com.
I'm Brian DeNovellis in Matawan, where Homedale was hoping to make the state playoffs for the first time in 10 years. A win over the Huskies would put them in. We'll have the highlights coming up next on JerseySportsZone.com.
Reporting from Somerville, I'm Courtney DuPont, where the Immaculata Spartans take on the Phillipsburg Stateliners. Now, coming into today's game, Phillipsburg is still undefeated, but they're also missing their star running back, Joe Green. But that did not stop them. Number 52, Jalen Boothman, causes 2 Immaculata fumbles in the first half. Those highlights and more coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
I'm Mike Frankel in Atco for a West Jersey Football League matchup between Winslow Township and Camden. The Eagles need a win to qualify for the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs. Meanwhile, the Panthers hoping to lock up one of the top seeds in the South Jersey Group 2 bracket.
We'll have the highlights coming up on JerseySportsZone.com.
It's the final week of regular season football in New Jersey. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to JerseySportsZone.com. This is our Friday Week 9 highlight show. And once again, we're excited to take you on a tour of great high school football action from every part of the Garden State. Let's get started. It's time to crank up the highlights machine. Here we go. Friday Night Football one more time in the regular season on JerseySportsZone.com. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Freehold Borough is being brought to you by Hit Training. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Long Branch is being brought to you by Rosario Realty. Hey, the playoffs start next week, but we got playoff football in Long Branch. This was Freehold Borough and Ashanti Worthy taking on the Green Wave of Long Branch, 2 teams that played outstanding football. Here's Worthy rolling out and finding Savion Macon streaking wide open. It's a big catch all the way down to the 20-yard line. Wow, look at that effort by Savion Macon, a 72-yard catch that flips the field for the Colonials, and Borough would get on the board. Jake Hurler from 34 yards. Hurler has been outstanding all year long, one of the best in the shore. 3-0, Freehold Borough strikes first. Second quarter. Here's Juwan Wilkins. How about that arm strength? Matt Clark go and get it. 51 yards all the way down to the 10-yard line. And 3 plays later, it's Wilkins. Look at this poise in the pocket. That's a gorgeous ball to pace of Fields. 18 yards. The Green Wave take a 7-3 lead with 6:55 to go in the first half. Borough gets the ball back, starts the drive downfield. Worthy on the QB keeper. He pushes it down the field to the 15-yard line. The Colonials are on the move. After a Matt Krause TD was called back, Worthy cashes in. He sends his one up top. 6'6" Quincy Davis go and get it. Davis from 12 yards out. Freehold Borough with a 10-7 lead. And then how about Ashanti Worthy? Look at this arm strength. He is slinging it. Quincy Davis again, 44-yard gain, 2 big catches on 2 straight drives for Quincy Davis. And it's Jake Hurler, 22 yards out at the half. Freehold Borough has a 13-7 lead. We saw so much talent on this field. How about these Long Branch receivers? Pace of Fields for 15 yards. And don't forget about this guy. He's one of the most underrated wide receivers in the state. It's Wilkins to TJ Foscue. Yards after the catch. 49 yards for TJ Foscue. Man, that's awesome. 13-13, extra point no good. We're locked up in the second half at Long Branch High. Burrow will take the ball back over after a Matt Da Silva INT in the end zone, and Worthy would make the most of it. Look at Ashanti Worthy go. He carried the ball 50 times. This might be his best run right there. 34 yards down to the 28, and Worthy. He's good in long and short yardage situations. A 3-yard touchdown right there. 20-13 late in the third quarter. Burrow has a 7-point lead. So here's Ashanti working the offense. Big stop right there by Mark Dennis. Burrow has a 4th down situation. They decide to go for it deep in their own territory. Bill Levy comes up with a tackle. Long Branch takes over at the 10 with 8 minutes to go. A risky move. It didn't pay off for Freehold Burrow, and the Green Wave capitalized on the field position. Wilkins to Kmar Mims. Oh, that's a great grab in the back of the end zone. We usually see Mims taking down QBs. He is so talented, you got to put him on both sides of the ball. 20-20, 7:35 to go. Freehold Burrow needed to win this game to lock up a playoff berth, and Worthy played championship-level football. He finds Quincy Davis, first down pass, under 6 minutes to go. Later in the drive, 4th down for Freehold Burrow. Worthy. So gutsy. He gets the first down on 4th and 2. Move the chains, 2:13 to go. And then here comes another Ashanti Worthy moment. Under pressure, what's he gonna do? Throw it to the zone, Matt Krause! Oh my goodness, a 20-yard touchdown pass. That's one of the best pass plays of the entire season. 27-20, Freehold Burrow leads by a touchdown. But there's a minute 36 to go, and Long Branch, with no timeouts, is going to try and get even. Matt Clark on the quick screen, 25-yard line. Long Branch is in striking distance. Clock is ticking, though. And every play at this time of the year is so important. Wilkins to Mims. Look at that hit by Matt Krause. That causes an incompletion. So with 14 seconds left, Wilkins tries to find Nicholas Riley in the flat. Krause, like a heat-seeking missile, comes up with a tackle, and that is going to seal the deal. How about those Freehold Burrow Colonials? That is something else. What a football game in Long Branch. And as we said at the top of these highlights, just a precursor of what's to come when playoff football begins next Friday night. Freehold Burrow with a 27-20 win over Long Branch. Ashanti Worthy had 50 carries for 215 yards. He also threw for 242 yards. We always have to get out the calculator. 457 yards of total offense for the incredible Ashanti Worthy. One thing to remember, Long Branch at 6-2, safely in the postseason. These two teams are in the same bracket in Central Jersey Group 4. Freehold Burrow had to forfeit their game with Freehold Township. They should be 7-2, but are 6-3 as a result of that forfeit. So Freehold Burrow right now is the most dangerous 8 seed when it comes to postseason play next week. After the game, our Jay Cook with post-game reaction from the Colonials, who are now gearing up for a postseason run following a 27-20 win on the road.
Thanks, Rich. Talk about a thriller. We are so used to seeing Ashanti Worthy on the sidelines in the second half, but Worthy was needed in all 48 minutes of this one. That last drive with about 7 minutes to go sealed the deal for a second consecutive playoff berth for the Freehold Burrow Colonials. After the game, I caught up with head coach Dave Ellis, Ashanti Worthy, and wide receiver Matt Krause, who talked about a tone-setting game going into the playoffs.
Listen, first and foremost, that's a great team we just played. You know, Long Branch, I mean, they got athletes all over the place. They're tough inside. You know what? We were just able to have the ball at the end. You know, that's really all it came down to. I think it could have been anybody's game tonight.
We just work hard in practice. Coach told us that from now on, it's not going to be 2-quarter games, one quarter game, sitting out the second half. He said we're going to have to play all 48 minutes and just play hard. It was basically all go. I dropped back. I felt pressure, so I scrambled out the pocket, kept my eyes downfield, and I seen Matt Krause made a good throw. He made a great catch. Great catch.
It takes their will away. You know, when you're gashing them for runs, you can do whatever you do to help him break a run. And we knew we had to score and we had to get up on this game and win, because we play for each other. We're brothers. We'll do whatever we have to do. We'll scrap, we'll fight, we'll do whatever to beat you. And when you got the best player in the state of New Jersey on your team, that helps.
At Irvington High School, the Blue Knights hosting Wayne Hills. Both teams coming into Friday night on 4-game win streaks as they play for the Freedom White Divisional Championship. We picked this one up midway through the first quarter. Wayne Hills out to a 7-6 lead and driving again. Jerron Hayek is ripped down by Lance Teray. Big number 12 is a Division I prospect, and you can see right there why the colleges covet him. Great play on defense there. Wayne Hills has to settle for a field goal. Dario Cerny, good from 36 yards out. The Patriots have a 10-6 lead. Irvington would answer back. Brandon Robinson is going to drop back, and he has got a wide open Zaki Swan. Nothing but daylight in front of him. 66 yards. The PAT no good. Irvington takes a 12-10 lead early in the second. Wayne Hills thought they had a huge play here. Michael Joyce looks like he's on his way to the zone, but hold on. Josiah Pavilion, the North Carolina State commit, saves the touchdown. It's a 61-yard gain. Irvington comes up with another big defensive stand, and Cerny has to settle for the field goal from 25 yards out. It's 13-12, Wayne Hills in front. The Blue Knights offense would go back to work. We're going to see some shifty moves right here. Zaki Swan, look at the lightning quick cuts. Whoop! Wow, good stuff right there. A 19-yard gain. Irvington is on the move. And then how about some more Swan play? This is Zahir Swan taking the screen pass. And this is good for 44 yards all the way down inside the 5-yard line. And it would lead to this. Robinson with the give to Zahir Abdus-Salam from 3 yards out. Salam's in the zone. Irvington has an 18-13 advantage. And we're going to see another Abdus-Salam. This is Muda Abdus-Salam with a big-time hit right there. Wayne Hills drive stalls. Irvington's going to get the ball back before the half. And here's Brandon Robinson. Drops back the pass. He's going to keep it himself. Robinson looking like Cam Newton right there, the other number one. 10-yard touchdown, 24-13 Irvington at the half. Third quarter action. We're going to see Robinson go back to work as he finds Zahir Swan. Swan has one man to beat later. 91 yards for Zahir Swan. Irvington takes a 30-13 lead. Wayne Hills would have to go to backup quarterback John Paul Lemchak to come in for an injured Jerron Hayek. Lemchak dumps a pass off to Charles Njoku. Njoku turns nothing into something. Look at Njoku go. 51 yards for the score. We got a ball game here. It's 30-20. Wayne Hills cuts the lead to 10. And Wayne Hills would have to lean on their defense because Irvington threatening to score again. Robinson's picked off in the end zone by Nick Azzopardi. Wayne Hills offense takes over to start the fourth. It's still a 30-20 ball game. But Irvington's defense comes up with a big stop here. It's 3rd and 7. Muad Abdus-Salam gets the quarterback sacked. That puts an end to the drive. And then Wayne Hills gets the ball with under a minute to go. This seals the deal. Zahir Swan with the pick. And it's the Swans and the Salams getting it done for Irvington High School. You see the celebration. It is a divisional championship for Irvington High School. 30-20 is your final. There's the Gatorade bath. Great win for Irvington. Now 7-2 on the season, undefeated at home, and they are the Freedom White Divisional champs. Brandon Robinson was impressive in this game. 274 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 through the air and 1 on the ground. We want to remind you throughout the show that The postseason brackets will be official late on Saturday night. We'll have all the postseason matchups on JerseySportsZone.com on Sunday. When you look at this Irvington team, we've got them right now as a number 4 seed in North 2 Group 4. But as you saw in those highlights, this is a team that's capable of making a run deep into postseason play. Brandon Robinson shined under the Friday night lights. Our Alex Lorenzo caught up with him following Irvington's 10-point win at home over Wayne Hills.
Thanks a lot, Rich. Irvington completes a 5-game winning streak to end the regular season, and the Blue Knights seem to be clicking on all cylinders as we head into postseason play. And after the game, I caught up with quarterback Brandon Robinson, who is more than happy just to be playing his part for a winning program.
This feels good. It's my first time. Sophomore year, I didn't really play on a winning team like this, so it feels good to come back and change and actually contribute to a big-time team like the Irvington Blue Knights. Yeah, I believe we could do anything. So you put it in front of us, we're going to handle that task and move on to the next task. This is what we needed. So Linden, Saraville, we coming. Whichever one we got, we ready.
Reporting for Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Alex Lorenzo.
More North 2 Group 4 action as Phillipsburg looks to close out the regular season 8-0. Courtney DuPont has the story from Immaculata High School. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Phillipsburg is being brought to you by the Garnet Booster Club.
Thank you, Rich. It's Immaculata senior night tonight as they take on the still undefeated Phillipsburg Stateliners. First quarter was scoreless, but we get into the second quarter now. Stateliners find themselves towards the Immaculata end zone. The handoff from Jack Staggart to Sterling Walker-Sutton, and he slices through that Spartan defense into the end zone for the first score of the night and a 7-0 lead for Phillipsburg with a 7-yard run. Immaculata ball now. QB Patrick Farnheim hands it off to his running back, but Peaburg bringing a lot of pressure. Here comes number 52, Jalen Boothman, along with his brother Jaleel, causing the Immaculata fumble. And after this pile clears, it would be a Phillipsburg football as they take over on the Immaculata 33. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jack Staggart with a short throw to Sterling Walker-Sutton. He gets down into open field. He starts to break for the end zone, but he is marked out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Not to worry, though. Jack Staggart with a handoff to Abdul Salahuddin for the 1-yard touchdown, and Phillipsburg is up 14-0. First Immaculata snap. After that, Patrick Farnheim hands it off once again to his running back, but Jalen Boothman flying in from behind. He causes another Immaculata fumble, and number 22, Bobby Corey, with the recovery. Phillipsburg ball on the Immaculata 13. 7:30 left in the first half. Peaburg on the Immaculata 2. Staggart with the snap and a QB keeper, and he's into the end zone. Peaburg goes up 21-0. Peaburg with the ball back. Staggart leading another drive down the field. Drops back, finds number 31, Sean Morrow, to get Peaburg to the Immaculata 10. That's then followed up by this run by Salahuddin, who gets Peaburg down to the 2-yard line. 35 seconds left in the half. Phillipsburg down to the Immaculata 1-yard line. Staggart snaps it, hands it off to number 45, Jeff Vitale, who breaks through the middle, in for a touchdown. That extends the Peaburg lead 28-0. But before the half could end, Peaburg has to kick off again to Immaculata. Billy Ortel sending it way back in Immaculata territory, but it's number 4, Shakyle Matthews, who gets it down at the 1-yard line, and with some shifty moves, he finds a gap. Ortel for the last line of defense, but Matthews is just too quick, and he would run all the way down the right side of the field for a 99-yard kick return, and Immaculata's first score of the evening by Shakyle Matthews. Stateliners still leading 28-7 as we head into halftime. 2:30 left in the third quarter. Peaburg on the 3-yard line. Staggart with the snap. The handoff. Wait, no! Jack Staggart hangs on to the ball for the QB keeper, breaks through the tackle and into the end zone for another Phillipsburg touchdown. Staggart with his second of the night. Phillipsburg leading 35-7 as we close out the third quarter and would go on to win 43-14 over the Spartans. Our Mid-State stars tonight: Sterling Walker-Sutton, 17 carries, 82 yards and a touchdown. Abdul Salahuddin, 13 carries, 51 yards and a touchdown. And Peaburg's QB, Jack Staggart, 2 rushing touchdowns himself. Phillipsburg now 8-0. Reporting from Somerville High School, I'm Courtney DuPont, and you're watching Jersey Sports Zone.
Let's head back to the short conference where Brian D. Novellis joins us with the story of the Homedale Hornets looking to punch a ticket into the postseason. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Homedale is being brought to you by BCB Bayshore, your community bank.
It's been 10 years since Homedale last made the state playoffs, but with a win over Matawan, the Hornets would officially end that drought. Homedale took a 7-0 lead in the third quarter. They were on the move again. Cameron LaMountain doing most of the damage on the ground, moving the chains with each carry. LaMountain running right, running left. The Hornets' O-line opening up the holes, and it led to this 1-yard plunge by Dean Gallo. That made it 14-0 Homedale. And if you don't believe me, just let the cheerleaders count them out. Ladies?
12, 13, 14.
Fourth quarter, Homedale put this one away. Cameron LaMountain on the carry. First down and more. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Homedale. 28 yards. LaMountain and the Hornets could taste the postseason. 21-0 Homedale. And here's quarterback Jeff DeSico on the toss. Johnny O'Byrne gets the first down and more down to the Huskies 20. Then how about this play by DeSico? Running the option again. Just as he gets crunched, he finds LaMountain. The ball bounced right to LaMountain. It's 1st and goal, Homedale at the 9. Everything bouncing their way. Dean Gallo fighting for every yard, every inch, inside the 3 to the 2. And it set up this. Johnny O'Byrne, the J.O.B. finding the end zone. 28-0 Hornets. Homedale earns its first trip to the playoffs since 2007 with a convincing 28-0 victory over Matawan. The Hornets move to 5-3. Here's the happy coach Jeff Reynes addressing his team after the win.
All right, let me be the first to congratulate you. Your first team in 10 years makes postseason. Yeah! Wow! That's a terrific second half, all right? You guys, when you had to do it, you pinned your ears back and you found a way. All right, that's a great job. That's how championship teams are made. All right, when your back is against the wall, you had to figure out a way to get it done, and you did it. And that was awesome. That was an awesome performance in the second half.
It's awesome. You know, no one thought we could do it, and we love working hard and proving everyone wrong.
What's been the difference this year?
We're a family, and we've been working so hard, like the whole off season. It's awesome.
It's a really special thing. No one really thought we could do it. Last year we were 2-8. It was like pretty much impossible. And we came in, we just put a lot of hard work off in the off season, and we just got it done. And we're really proud of ourselves.
It's your second year in the job, and you've taken Homedale to the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. What does it mean to you?
I'm so excited for the kids. Especially the seniors. You know, I mean, going through a program with as much turnover as it had in the years before I got there, you know, it was tough. So to watch these guys stick it out all 4 years and to go accomplish their goal, that's something I'll remember for the rest of my life.
The most likely scenario for Homedale, they'll be the 6th seed in the Central Jersey Group 2 state playoffs and play at Arthur L. Johnson.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Raritan is being brought to you by BCB Bayshore, your community bank. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Red Bank Regional is being brought to you by Risers Landscape Supply.
Meanwhile, just a bit south off Route 36, Raritan hosting Red Bank Regional, the Rockets needed a win and lots of help to get into the playoffs. Opening drive of the game for Raritan. Here's Mike Fiore. Gets to the outside, turns the corner, takes it inside the 10, down to the 7, but the drive would stall and the Rockets failed to score. So Red Bank took over. Steven Nowitzki, 1st and goal for the Bucks. Makai Mickens, he walks into the end zone. Red Bank grabs a 7-0 lead. It remained that way until late in the first half. The Bucks were about to punt when this happened. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Rockets take over deep in Red Bank territory at the 17, and it only took 2 plays to cash in. P.J. Busini eyes for the end zone. Raritan tops Red Bank 28-14. Brian DiNovellis for JerseySportsZone.com.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Point Borough is being brought to you by Tech Art Builders, Twin Borough Allshore, and the Black and Gold Football Parents Club. Let's go to Point Pleasant Borough. James Farah and the Panthers looking to close out the regular season perfect. They'd have to get past B-South rival Barnegat. First play from scrimmage, Garrett Romar sets the tone on the defense. Great quarterback sack here. Point Borough would take over at the 10-yard line after a bad snap on a punt. And from a short field on 4th and goal, James Farah bulldozes his way into the zone. Good push by the offensive line. Point Borough strikes first. It's 7-0, and the Panthers pit is all fired up. Here comes Barnegat. They answer right back with a score of their own. Brian Finucane with the pass to Sean Morris. Sean Morris, a junior tight end, has numerous college offers already. He's the real deal. 35 yards makes it 7-6. But this James Farrell runs the option as good as anyone. He keeps it here. Good choice. Look at James Farrell go. 77 yards. He has got another gear when he gets to that second level. 14-6, Point Pleasant Borough in front. And the option attack is lethal for this Point Borough offense. They run it at all cylinders. This guy, Brandon Cipriano's got some serious wheels. 19 yards. He makes it look easy. 21-6, Point Pleasant Borough in front. But Barnegat hung around in this football game. Morris with another great catch down at the 1-yard line. 3 straight stops by Point Pleasant Borough's defense. It's 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. Charlie Cotton cashes in. At the half, we got a 21-12 game. And Barnegat wanted to play the role of spoiler in this one. After a long drive, it's halted because Levin Masawa comes up with a fumble recovery. Barnegat down 9, but the knockout punch comes right here. Brandon Cipriano. Madden speed, 94. Look at him go. 46 yards for Brandon Cipriano. And the Point Pleasant Borough defense was able to take care of the rest. This is Ronnie Leda with the interception. He takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line, but Point Borough couldn't cash in on that turnover. It didn't matter because the Point Pleasant Borough Panthers get a 28-12 win over Barnegat. The Panthers 9-0. They will be the #1 seed in Central Jersey Group 2 when the playoffs start next week. This Central Jersey Group 2 is going to be a fun bracket. You've got Manasquan, who won a sectional championship last year. They're lurking around as a middle seed. South River, the #2 seed in this bracket. We've seen them on the highlights a couple of times on Jersey Sports Zone. Point Pleasant Borough, the top seed. And to stop the Panthers, you better stop that option attack. It's Point Pleasant Borough, 28-12 winners over Barnegat. The Panthers are 9-0, getting ready for a postseason run. 2 rivals taking the field in the last week of the regular season, Hanover Park and West Essex. The winner gets the Cardone Cup. A full moon out on Friday night. Can Hanover Park play the spoiler? West Essex comes into this game. They haven't lost since week 2. West Essex certainly came to play. This is Luke DiGnazio dropping back. He finds Philip Cutts cutting across the middle, and he's off. A huge gain here. And the Knights offense off to a great start. Later in the drive, the give is to Anthony Sanguilo. And Sanguilo finds the end zone. The Knights are on the board. It's 7-0. We're going to fast forward to the second quarter. It's 14-0 Knights, and look at the wheels on Anthony Sanguilo. Changes direction, goes to the right side of the field, keeps those chains moving for the Knights. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give it back to Anthony Sanguilo. He extends and finds pay dirt for his second score of the night. The Knights have a 21-0 lead at the half. First play from scrimmage in the third quarter. This is Will Perez, and we will see you later. Look at Will Perez go. That made it 28-0, and West Essex goes on to a 35-0 win as they take home the Cardone Cup with a win over Hanover Park. Look at the numbers for Will Perez. 8 carries, 202 yards, and 2 touchdowns as it's West Essex. They'll be home next week in the opening round of the playoffs. Once again, visit JerseySportsZone.com on Sunday. We'll have all the postseason matchups. It's West Essex with a 35-0 win over Hanover Park. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Ewing and Hightstown is being brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Thanks, Rich. Ewing knew it was at stake today coming into this game. Although their playoff hopes rest in the hands of other games to be played later this weekend, they needed to get this win over Hightstown, but the Rams had other plans as they were able to use their unique running offense to play spoiler to end the regular season with one more W.
We picked this one up halfway through the first. The score all knotted up at 8. Liam Monahan wasting no time after the score as he links up with the receiver downfield. And a few plays later, out of the dual quarterback set, Johnny Andre takes it and barrels his way through for a touchdown. Another good 2-point conversion, and it's 16-8, Hightstown in the first. Rams force a turnover, and deep in enemy territory, Monahan rolls out for the throw, and it looks like the pass is broken up, and they call an interception. Hightstown not pleased with the call, but you know what they say, ball don't lie, and it's a short-lived drive for the Ewan offense with that fumble. Rams open up the second with a defensive TD, and they're going to short kick it to the Blue Devils. Quarterback Tyreek Olsen is going to take it. No, it's a reverse to Jahad Evans, and there he goes. Scorches the defense as he's going to take this one to the parking lot. Ewing gets the score right back in the third to make it 22-15. It will be short-lived. Rams in the red zone nearing the end of the quarter. Michael Quigg is going to take the handoff, and he wraps around the corner like Christmas paper for the score. And on the ensuing kickoff, they're going to go for an onside kick and get it. Gutsy call, but they cash the check. Rams just want to run some clock as Johnny Andre takes this one and lays into the defender with a punishing truck stick. And just like that, we have a victory formation as Hightstown takes down Ewing 30-15 in what seemed like a postseason atmosphere. The Blue Devils drop an important one. They can still make the playoffs barring some win-lose scenarios from other teams, but it would have really helped their chances if they would have got this game. Hightstown finishes 5-4 after one victory a season ago. There's no playoff road for them, but certainly a bright future for this team going forward. After the game, we caught up with Coach Ethan Jaros and his players on their possible last win of the season.
I think we played a full game, and that's what helped us out. We didn't play just 2 quarters, or we didn't not come out the first half. We played the whole game, and that's what won us the game.
Our game plan was to come in here and win, give it our all, and just stick to our offense and our defense and just make it happen. Like, we had to stay disciplined. As you know, Ewing's a very good team. They're going to the playoffs, but we're hoping to get in the playoffs, and we showed that we can be in the playoffs by being a playoff team. What made me so effective, I was just feeding off the energy of my teammates. That's it. They get me going. When they get hyped, I get hyped. That's it.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Princeton and Allentown is being brought to you by Princeton Orthopedic Associates.
Allentown hosting Princeton. Little Tigers getting one last shot to get a win on the season, and they came right out of the gate with that mentality. Opening drive, Dan Merkel sends this one downfield. Isaac Webb is going to pin this one against his helmet for some fresh cookies. Have to run that back for another look. Merkel on Allentown's next possession wants to shake off that INT, and he does as he finds Xavier Harris, who's going to hit the juke button and turn on the burners for the first score of the game. Extra point no good, Redbirds up 6. On the next kickoff, Isaac Webb says he wants more camera time as he shows his own speed against the defending Group 4 champs. The drive would result in a punt back to Allentown. And they start to wake up as Rashawn Emery is going to take this one downfield along with the defense for the big gain. A few plays later, he would punch it in himself to make it a 2-score lead. On the next possession, Merkel is going to sound the alarm once again for Xavier Harris, and it's just another day at the office for the employee of the month. Allentown would pull their starters after that play, and that was it. We'll have to wait for the weekend to be over to see where seeding will land them, but the Redbirds end the regular season 6-3 as they head into the playoffs, looking to repeat as Group 4 champs. Not the ideal season for Princeton, but the way they played fearless in this one speaks volumes about the heart they have displayed all year long. For Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Neri Rodriguez.
I'm SNJ. Today's Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com in Atco, where it's a must-win situation for the Winslow Township Eagles if Winslow hopes to qualify for the South Jersey Group 4 playoffs. The Camden Panthers are in town, the High red hot, riding a 5-game winning streak.
We picked things up in the second quarter with Camden leading 14-13, under a minute to go in the half when Panthers quarterback Premier Wilson launches a pass to Jawan Hudson for the touchdown. A 38-yard strike from Wilson to Hudson to extend the High's lead 22-13 at the half. Third quarter, the Panthers extend that lead even further. Damon Rice on the jet sweep. Rice cuts it upfield before bouncing back to the outside. The senior Rice with a 16-yard touchdown run. Fans about to head to the exits because the High leads 28-13. But hold on, this is the ensuing kickoff, and this is Ishmael Berry. Unable to make the catch at first, but he scoops it up just outside the goal line. Barry with a couple of juke moves to wiggle free, and look out. The senior speedster running right at you before he angles down the sideline to the end zone, and the Panthers can't catch him. A 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to give the Eagles life again. They trail 28-19. Fourth quarter, Winslow on the move again with Dimitri Goodwater-Worthington. The senior spun down at the 1-yard line to set up first and goal for the Eagles. And on the next play, Goodwater-Worthington finishes the job. Touchdown Winslow. The Eagles pull within 3 at 28-25. But late in the fourth, the Panthers grind out the clock, and Najir Edwards seals the win with a touchdown run with just seconds to go. 36-25 the final. Camden wins to improve to 7-1. The high should be the 2 seed to open the South Jersey Group 2 playoffs. Winslow falls to 3-5. The Eagles heading to a consolation game. To Lindenwold now, where the Lions welcome Paulsboro to town. Lindenwold in a must-win situation to try and sneak into the Group 1 playoffs. Meanwhile, the defending champion Red Raiders with a chance to clinch the number 1 seed. Opening possession of the game, and Paulsboro comes out throwing. Colin McCarthy airs it out to Jacob Perez-Eli, who makes the catch. A nice grab from the sophomore Perez-Eli. And later in the drive, McCarthy going up top one more time. He connects with Basil Tutton for the touchdown. The Red Raiders making it look easy through the air as Paulsboro takes a 7-0 lead. The Lions doing their best to keep Duron Holloway in check. David Murphy flies in to lower the boom for Lindenwold. Murphy, he's fired up. The Lions with the football now. Devin Baker swings a pass out to Marquez Haywood, and the junior tight end is able to break a tackle, but watch Holloway strip the ball away. It's a fumble. Nasir Bateman dives on it, and Paulsboro gets the football right back. We are still in the first, and the Red Raiders set up the screenplay. McCarthy to Perez-Eli. Jacob Perez-Eli with another big play, and this one goes for a touchdown. 14-zip Paulsboro after 1. 48-16 the final. The Red Raiders finished the regular season at 7-1. They'll be home to open the playoffs next Saturday. Lindenwold drops to 3-5 and will get a consolation game. I'm Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com.
A special thanks to our team at JerseySportsZone.com and all of our sponsors. They are the reason we can bring you this great high school football action all year long. Coming up on Saturday, we'll wrap up the regular season with more highlights. Looking forward to that DePaul at St. Joe's Montvale matchup. That one's going to be a dandy. Plus, we'll have some teams continuing that march towards a perfect season, including the St. John Vianney Lancers, who travel to Monmouth Regional. That's just 2 of a whole bunch of games we'll bring you on Saturday right here on JerseySportsZone.com. Don't forget, we have high school action 7 days a week here on JerseySportsZone.com. The state field hockey and state soccer playoffs continue. Make sure you check us all week long as we bring you great playoff action here in November. Coming up on Sunday, top plays and top performers. Make sure you check us out as we'll have more polls up and a chance to honor more great high school football players. For our team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on Saturday with more high school football right here on JerseySportsZone.com. Want to see highlights and features from your favorite school? Jersey Sports Zone is entirely supported by our great sponsors. Email marketing@JerseySportsZone.com to get your business in front of our loyal audience and highlights from your hometown.